Hey, welcome back, Chicago. You're listening to the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. You're listening to Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein. As mentioned, I'm thrilled to be joined here in studio by a returning guest, Sheldon Helfgot, who joined me a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, perhaps. We talked about interviewing. We talked about resumes, quality resumes. I'm thrilled to be joined by his partner in crime, Chad Coe, a man who I've known for quite a while, the master connector. And it's great to have both of you here in studio.
Thanks so much, Shalom.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Of course. So Chad and Sheldon, you guys have been around for quite a while, and I mean that in a positive way because you have helped a lot of people. Sheldon, tell me a little bit of what you are most proud of doing and some of those accomplishments.
Well, the key thing, Shalom, I've worked with over 10,000 clients since I started my business back in '87. Everybody gets help. Nobody gets hurt. The key factor is, in today's job market and job world, everybody can be underemployed, or sometimes they have what we call they're ripped out of their organizations, and they still need a job. They come to us. The key factor is to rebuild themselves back up because it's the lowest point of their life. So we're proud when we are able to do that, rebrand them back into the marketplace quickly and efficiently, and that they could be fully employed and gainfully employed once again.
And you have a great perspective of that because we won't have enough time to talk about it here on the air, but you have quite the impressive resume yourself. And I'm a big believer in subject lines and emails, but I'm also a big believer in domain names. And your domain name is Resume Strategy, resumestrategy.com. And that's exactly what you do. You help everybody develop a strategy and make their resume stand out, regardless of what level they're at in their career. And I find that very impressive. I
appreciate that. The key factor is I can see somebody just out of college, and I've had a number of them because the semester just ended within the last month and a half. And then I take them to presidents of companies over the years. The key factor is everybody is treated with the same respect and with the same idea of that there is a job waiting for you, not just a job, but a career.
And we're going to get back to the career and the jobs discussion in a moment. But you guys, you're a team, and you have helped together a lot of companies and a lot of professionals, aside for those looking for work, through a gathering, a group that you call Mastermind. So, Chad, tell me what a Mastermind group is.
It's a group when you bring people together that you could help them with a single focus to be able to help them build confidence, to be able to get whatever it is that they want.
And how did you develop that approach, and what gives sort of your perspective? Why is that so unique?
Well, I go back with Sheldon and about 10 other people, 20 years, helping people find confidence and build their careers and lives. But take 2008 and 2009 when the world was kind of seemingly coming to an end and people were frustrated and didn't know where to turn. I read a book about Napoleon Hill and the mastermind groups and how the power of bringing people together can change their life. So not only did I create one group, I created 4 groups every week where we would sit with people and help them with their focus and clarity to find out and get wherever they wanted to go. And today, Sheldon and I run one group over in Deerfield with about 20 different people in it that through focus and clarity, we're watching people's lives become enhanced and accomplished.
Is there a common denominator between the people that should or do participate in these groups?
The people that participate, I find, in the groups are people that are willing to look inside, be able to push themselves, try to remove the box that they're in and kind of live without any limits and try to think bigger and more abundantly than they used to. And the people that keep showing up are willing to push themselves. There's some people that show up for 1 week or 2 weeks or 3, but then that's the limit they want to play at. So Sheldon and I try to encourage people strongly to play without limits, push themselves, and then watch the magic that shows up when they find focus and clarity and they think about the world of abundance.
So something I've seen, and I'm curious what sort of your take on this is that I've had some people that have come to me asking for advice, but it seems that they don't necessarily want to hear any advice. They think that they have all the answers. Have you had people come to the group sort of with that mindset?
Well, let me start with that. I've had over 10,000 one-on-one meetings to be able to have a boutique firm and just a handful of people that actually want to play and push themselves. So instead of the 80-20 rule, it might be the 95-5. There's only a very few % of people that want to push themselves to achieve excellence. So we encourage that for those people that come into our lives and want something that most people only dream about.
Fascinating. So you have a lot of different groups, and are the groups different, or it's just the sweet spot in terms of how many people can participate in each?
I know the sweet spot for what each person, where they fit into the different groups that I have. As an example, Sheldon and I just did a meeting or group at the Arlington racetrack where over 100 people came out and networked and had fun and got to meet other people. And through those experiences, opportunities show up that actually can be priceless in many cases.
So you're providing the networking benefit, but probably more important than the networking, and the networking is a couple of times a year, but you're providing that safe space that people can come together and grow.
I would call it safe. What do you think, Shelley?
I would agree with that. Just at our racetrack event this past Friday, there was a major company there that employs over 2,000 people in the energy industry, and he came in looking for a human resources director. And we were able to at least have a meeting of the minds with some of our participants. Same thing happened we had a chief financial officer there and a controller there. There happened to have been 2 recruiters there from the industry. They didn't know that previous to coming in, but Chad and I were aware and brought people together that we thought would fit.
So the 2 areas of what you do tie in really well together: the mastermind connections, and then the obviously the resume strategy and those 2 services, because you're able to often connect the dots. Which I know you guys well enough that you guys love to do that.
It gives us energy, and it gives our clients energy. The focus that they come to realize after being and participating with us is tremendous, because once again, I'll restate, they'll often be at the lowest point of their lives. They were just let go of their company. They're not making enough money. They need some fresh ideas. And it's collaborative that we bring together different people from different segments that are able to do this.
And I would jump in, Shalom, and say that LinkedIn has been a real big gift for all of us. And if anyone's listening and wants to connect to us and wants our guidance, help, you can message me on LinkedIn. You could connect to me on LinkedIn as Chad Coe. And then Sheldon, also feel free to connect to him.
ResumeStrategy.com, Shalom. LinkedIn is a very important tool for all of us, whether we're looking for a job or to expand our own businesses. It allows our network to grow on a daily basis.
We emphasize that all the time on this program, and I know that, Sheldon, you've been involved in writing countless LinkedIn profiles and countless resumes.
Exactly.
So I'm curious. We are always presenting. Each and every one of us are constantly presenting every day and constantly being interviewed. Whether you're looking for employment or not, you're being interviewed and you're interviewing others. What advice do either of you, both of you, have? Whether it's for the professional that's going out tomorrow on Monday, going out to meetings, or somebody out there looking for work, are there any, as I say, I keep using this term, common themes that you can share regardless of who our listener is?
I would jump in and say that there's a couple of things that I think are extremely important. If you're going to be interviewing as an interview, take notes. The second thing is, I love a question that Bill Burnett talks about and others, which is, if we're sitting here a year from now looking back, what has to happen so we're happy with the progress that we made? And let them talk and let them share with you what needs to be done, and now focus on that. And one of the very big keys at any interview is to let them finish talking, and you would say something like, you know what, you've built up a really great company. We're extremely impressed. I love the idea of what you've created here. Can you share with us some thoughts around that that you'd like to kind of tell me about? And let them finish being the ones that are talking, and it goes a long way in the interview.
I think we like to call that being a good listener, because if you're a good listener, the actual answers will come to you very clearly of exactly what they're looking for. If you said to them, if you had the exact candidate sitting right in front of you right now, what qualities must that person have? Well, that gives you all the buy signs. And therefore, you're able to turn it around and say, well, I too have done many of those exact same things. Let me give you some examples.
Be a good presenter, be a good listener. Those are the things that bring success. Focus on your LinkedIn profiles, but certainly to all of our listeners, check out their website. So, Sheldon, do you mind sharing both of those two websites one more time?
ResumeStrategy.com
and MastermindConnections.com.
Fantastic. Sheldon Helfgot, Chad Coe, thanks so much for joining me here in studio. Connect with them on LinkedIn, and certainly looking forward to having you back here on the program real soon. We are going to continue our conversations of business, jobs, and entrepreneurship after this quick break.
The world